Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Today we are taking a look at a couple of different stones for our reading. We're going to do a three-part reading. Choose a crystal reading today. And I haven't done a love reading in a while, so I feel called to do a love reading. Okay. And so let's see. Hmm. One second. Okay. All right. Hope you guys are well today. Happy Saturday, right? It's Saturday, a day to rest your mind and your heart and your spirit, a day to take care of yourselves or to do whatever you want to do. If you want to take care of somebody else, listen, as long as you're taking care of yourself, that's cool. I haven't done a love reading in a while, so I figure why not? Why not? Okay. And it is super hot in here. I'm trying really hard to stay cool. So I picked out three of my little heart stones. The first one is going to be Green Calcite. And Green Calcite is all about relaxation. This helps with balance when it comes to love, right? This could be something to help with your emotions and to stimulate your passions too. It is a wire and a fire element. And this is concerning the heart chakra. It is green calcite. Okay, it's a very powerful healing crystal that connects to the heart chakra. It is a grounding stone that actually helps you become more attuned with nature. Also relieves negative emotions. So if you're going through a tough time, if you're experiencing anger, resentment, or irritability when it comes to love, this could be a stone that could be helpful for you, okay, to bring you back into balance, into a nurturing position with love and forgiveness. This also promotes open-mindedness and then helps you to relieve any type of limiting or rigid beliefs that you could be dealing with. And this really just generally relaxes any tension emotionally or physically and helps you just to be in a more relaxed state. Okay, so this is the first stone, Green Calcite. The second stone is Unakite, which is also a little bit of a green. It also has like some peachish colors mixed in with it. And Unakite is all about love. It's all about gratitude and peace as well. And it has like a gentle, comforting type of energy that really promotes the energy of gratitude, right? And it also helps you to see through the lens of beauty, right? It helps you to look at life and really appreciate everything, the little things as well as the big things. And this stone will help to remove any type of obstacles that might be in the way. Maybe you have some blocks in your heart space. This will remove those blocks. It helps to remove the blocks so that you can grow or release any type of pain emotionally that's preventing you from moving on. So maybe you need to move on from some, situation, or you need to release a feeling. Maybe you need to release unforgiveness, right? This is a stone, a crystal that might be helpful in moving forward in that way. It also has a powerful vibration when it comes to the heart chakra. And this is something that is needed, that vibration is needed to help to connect to that energy of acceptance, radical acceptance and love when it comes to loving ourselves and others, right? This is an earth element and it connects to the heart, okay? So this is Unakite. Let me show you again. I wish this monitor had a better color scheme. And then the last one is Hematite. It is a black crystal, Hematite. And Hematite is bringing in the energy of balance as well, grounding and protection. Okay, we're talking about love. Balance, grounding, and protection is the theme here with the hematite. And so hematite is a crystal that actually harmonizes the mind with the body and the spirit, right? It aligns, helps to align those particular aspects of our being. It also helps to ground when it comes to our soul and experiencing negativity or blocks with particularly negative energy. When it comes to our aura, right? Cleansing our aura or anything blocking positivity from coming in. So this will block any negativity from coming in that will eventually block our aura, right? The hematite also is helpful in getting the flow going when it comes to peace and abundance and even fortune, right? It aids in our ability to concentrate. You know how sometimes when it comes to love, we can become a little bit scatterbrained, confused. Well, this is a good stone to help you concentrate and bring your memory functions back online and even tap into original thought, which I like, okay? Original thought, critical thinking. And it also relieves pain. So if you are experiencing pain in your body, a lot of people don't even realize that you can absolutely die from a broken heart, right? And so I've had instances where I've had situations where I've experienced excruciating pain. It did feel like I was dying. I didn't, and I made it over. Nevertheless, you know, if I would have succumbed to that and not had aid in getting through that, who knows what would have happened. But this is something to help relieve pain. And this actually incorporates the functions even on a more practical level. This is said to relieve pain. You know, this could start with the heart, you know, and eventually you'll start to feel pain within your body. Well, this helps to charge the nerve cells in the body to bring them back online in alignment, to charge them back up so that they can do what they need to do within the body. Okay, so the body doesn't shut down from pain. It could absolutely shut down from psychological pain. Not a lot of people understand that, but yeah, when we're dealing with the heart, it's not just emotional. Many times that translates over into the body. And so we're going to start off with our green calcite. So if you chose stone number 1, this reading could be for you. Okay. Green calcite. What is the message coming through green calcite around love? Please and thank you, Spirit. We're just going to grab one tarot card and we're going to embellish on that for the message, okay? Emperor. Okay. The Emperor comes out for green calcite. The overall theme of this message is the Emperor. And so the Emperor is a pretty big energy as it pertains to love. This is an energy that's very serious and very stable in love. This is not a game playing type of energy. This is not player energy. The Emperor is stability. This is almost like a father-like energy. And if you think of like a father-like energy, this is someone who understands the responsibilities when it comes to life. This is someone or an energy that is very grounded and stable, protective. It provides a cover. So it is providing this kind of like head of a family type of energy that brings that energy, and it carries like a really heavy orb of responsibility. And carries like a scepter. As you look at this card, he has a scepter in his hand that actually represents this powerful status that's taken very seriously, and is very protective. The Emperor is actually a very strong Aries energy. And so for whoever you are, you could be connected to an Aries. You could be an Aries, or you could just have this kind of energy coming towards you. You could be this energy. It is ruled by Mars, which is the planet of war. And so this is the Emperor, the card that is the counterpart to the Empress, the number 3 card. And the Empress is also kind of like a maternal like energy. It's the opposite of this card, which is like the partner. So if you are someone who, you could be an Empress in the Empress energy, this is your countermate at hand coming towards you. You could be the Emperor and, attracting the Empress like energy. And so this talks about a very steadfast situation when it comes to love. Like if you are already in a partnership, it could be flourishing right now very beautifully. And the Emperor actually carries this energy of love when it comes to, it's very orderly and very traditional, but it also carries a level of excitement. And it may not be at the top of the priority for the Emperor, but the Emperor is like really working to, it's all about doing work and arranging things and providing to make the other person happy. This is a very work-oriented energy. And so if you're in a relationship, you could have the connection with this type of person. You could be this type of person in the relationship, or you could have someone coming towards you like this, right? So this could be like someone who's very professional. The Emperor is work-oriented. Some of the very traditional pictures of the Emperor shows a man on a throne, and he is kingly. He's actually the culmination of all the kings, the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the King of Wands, and very highly skillful and masterful in all of those suits. And he's sitting on the throne with his, adorned like a king, or an emperor rather. And he underneath the garments of kingship is kind of like warlike artillery. Like you'll look at his feet and he has like the shoes or these boots that you would see on like a knight that's sent out to battle, right? And so the Emperor is very much, it's a very astounding energy. So if you're looking for love and you have this coming towards you, listen, this is some very serious energy that's coming towards you. Someone who's very professional, who you can go to for high level advice, or this could be a business associated person who's also connected in love. Yeah. There's something here about the heart though. Something here about the heart. For some of you, very few of you, who could have like a father-like energy very much in your business, trying to protect your heart. So the fact that this comes out, there's like some very good energy around you when it comes to love. Let me grab my other deck here. Let's see. And this could represent someone very protective of you. There's like a lot of protection. I feel like that's coming through here. Someone wanting to protect your heart. Or whoever's coming towards you is going to be someone who is very protective over you and very serious about you. They're not going to play. Okay. And so let's take a look really quickly here. Give me 1 second while I lay out my spread. Lots of fire coming out here. So I have the King of Wands coming out and supported by the 6 of Wands. So this could be, I don't know if you're moving away from someone specific, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries energy. There's the energy of moving away from something or someone here. When it comes to love, it's almost like you are in the energy of wanting to create something. With the Prince of Wands, it's almost like you're trying to create something from a new canvas. You want something completely new. So I don't know if you are completely trying to walk away from a situation right now, from a specific person, to create something new. Now, what happened? Why are you walking away? Let's take a look here. There was some truth that was brought to you with the Page of Swords. Some truth that was brought here, something that you may have seen or you've been watching and you found out some information. The pages are usually bringing information. So I feel like there's something that you found out that you are currently going to be healing from in the future here. Whatever this is, it feels like it is, if you're moving away, that may be something that is favoring you. Maybe you're moving away from something currently to move towards the Emperor. You're supported with the 10 of Cups and the Star. I almost feel like there's something specific with the Page of Wands. This is creative energy, almost like a creative executive creator, right? There's something specific that you're asking for, desiring when it comes to love. And the support coming in is almost like helping you to heal from something that you've been healing from and that you will continue to heal from. I feel like with the 9 of Wands coming out for the future energy, there's still something that needs to be healed or something that needs to be acknowledged and maybe even released. So we're going back to the green calcium, the green calcite, which talks about releasing frustration, anger, resentment, that kind of energy, so that your heart can actually be open. So relaxing your heart, so that your heart can be open to receive what you're manifesting. There's some balance that is taking place within your heart and you're being led. I don't know if you are someone who is seeking guidance. So the Emperor, for some of you, could be like a father-like figure that comes in and plays some role in protecting. Yeah, there's something about this energy that is very important, is an important role with the process here. And you have lots of family support or people that are rooting for you and supporting you moving forward. I feel like the divine is leading you forward with the Star. And so you have support in the physical realm, people that are supporting you moving forward, and actually support in the heavenly realms as well. You're being guided to a place where you're actually going to be able to rest when it comes to love. This is going to be a place where you're going to feel safe to be vulnerable and not feel like you have to guard or protect yourself or to fight, right? I do feel like I'm talking to someone who has had to fight a lot. This 9 of Wands says that there's some energy around the wounded warrior, which is kind of like gives the energy of always having to defend, always being in a defensive posture. Well, where you're being guided, what's being supported here is leading you to a place where you will no longer have to do that when it comes to love, okay? Let's see. And it has something to do with an Emperor energy. Yeah, whatever this is, whoever this is not going to play, right? Not going to play about you. Not one iota. And you are manifesting this. So the Magician comes out in, this energy that you're currently existing in, which is also matching up with what's on your mind. This is really like one and the same. This is the ideal of it. This is the practicality of doing it. So you are actually doing whatever is required to move towards this energy here that's going to bring in this safe love. That may align with your ideal of love, what you're looking for. I feel like you are working towards it. You are actually doing some energy around your heart that you are trying to release, old stagnant energy that may represent the anger and the resentment and the instability when it comes to your heart. And I feel like for whoever you are, you've been doing that work, maybe working on being open-minded, trying to see love in a different way. Let's see what else comes out for you. Yeah, definitely ending while trying to heal some things. The current place where you are may in fact still be very chaotic in many ways. That may be why you're moving away. This is moving. For some of you, this could be literal. It could be just energetically, spiritually. There's some escaping a situation that is chaotic with the Five of Wands. There may be just a lot of dysfunction and, sporadic, unorganized, spontaneous, just very, um, what is the word I'm looking for? Um, like not planned, just impulsive. That's the word. Very impulsive energy that's not stable or grounded. And so that's what I'm saying in your environment right now, where you are. But let's see. I do see that overall, you've been working really hard. Your hopes is to master some level of love. And it's almost like you are taking in what is coming up. The Eight of Pentacles from this deck is almost like allowing things to unfold naturally. It's almost like you're possibly just seeing what comes up and taking it and dealing with whatever comes up for you and using it to master the energies around love, the energies when it comes to your heart. But I feel like Spirit is very much involved here. And so there has been many processes that you have been able to utilize to learn from, to grow from, to heal, to evolve, right? And so let's see, how will love end in this particular situation? How will this end for my viewers for the Green Calcite? For the Green Calcite, how will love end? All right, with the Wheel of Fortune, which says that it's very destined. I almost feel like there's something planned here, or something that has been very calculated and very supported. The Star, could be something that you have requested or desired. Spirit completely supports that and is guiding you through specific experiences, maybe even to specific places for some of you, for your request to be made manifest. And it almost is going to feel like luck or a coincidence, but it's not. None of it is, right? And so it actually turns out very well and in your favor. Okay. So whatever you've been desiring, it's actually going to be pretty amazing. The Emperor is like, if you're somebody who believes in very traditional type of connections, the Emperor is like along that path, somebody completely trustworthy, right? You're not going to have anything to worry about, basically. Your part in this is to heal your heart, and move away from anything that causes you to stay in that energy of anger or resentment or to be irritable, because whatever this is, you'll need to be open. You'll need to be open for this, okay? Let's see. I'm going to get a couple of oracle messages from my Love Hearts deck. What does my Green Calcite group? Any encouragement that they need to know? The Green Calcite. Romance comes out. Cupid's arrow strike. So this is going to be, for some of you, a love match, a romantic match. Someone's going to be falling head over heels in love. When Cupid's arrow hits, when it strikes, that means somebody's falling in love deeply. Okay. This is like the energy of the lovers, which is a very pure, almost like an innocent type of love. And then we have time. Something about time. It says you are trying too hard. Give it time. And so Spirit may want you to not put this on a timetable. It is actually destined, But there's something, oh, and look what comes out on the bottom, the Empress, right? So you could be the Empress, or that could be who's coming towards you. Um, and the Lovers, right? This is beautiful. I love this for you. And this may come after some kind of tower, right? Or having to make some kind of specific decision, or having to fight some type of temptation with the devil, right? And moving away. And so there's something very interesting about this connection that's going to be very beautiful. But it's not something that you can put on a timetable. Spirit is saying to relax. It is absolutely destined, and it will happen. There's something about not rushing it or not trying. Spirit wants you to be in your authentic energy. Like, don't try to make anything happen. Just be, because it's going to happen. There's nothing that you need to do here. What else? Before we end out the reading for number 1. So here's a message. Whoever this is definitely thinking of you at this very moment. They have you on their mind, and there's something very inspiring about you coming from this person that you're connecting to. You feel them in some type of way with light, and they have like a very serious attachment, or not attachment. That's actually not a very serious connection with you. Okay. This may be something, as I was saying, it's destined, and it's going to be a deep level of connection. And we're not talking about the very passionate, fiery, like eros love. This is more like a deeper love that I'm feeling here. This is not just physical, or fiery. This is something more heart driven. Let's get one more. It also says friendship. Okay, so there's something very beautiful about friendship, and possibly with this connection where you'll get an opportunity to nurture bonds of friendship within the connection, and then the love life at the same time. So there's something here about friendship being very important. Okay. And so that is the message for our green calcite, that there's something very beautiful about your connection. If you're in it already, this is only going to improve and embellish. The Emperor says that it's going to embellish into this very beautiful, fulfilling connection. More is to come. More beauty, more love, more heartfelt connection is coming. If you're not currently in a connection, and maybe you've just moved away from something, there's something very beautiful coming towards you. Okay. This is a time to really allow yourself to heal. You're being supported with your community in the physical realm and in the spirit realm. Spirit is leading you to places and experiences that's going to lead you deeper into healing of your heart. Okay. Because I do feel that there's been some deep experiences that you've had with the 9 of Wands coming out that you will also have. This is speaking of future terms, like there's some healing that you are doing, okay, even into the future. And it could be around, being able to relax your heart so that you can be grounded and receive this level of love that's coming in for you. Because the green calcite is a very healing crystal, and it attaches to the heart chakra. It's going to promote that openness to help you release anything that is telling you anything different other than the fact that you deserve this, right? There's nothing that you need to do. You don't have to change yourself. You don't have to try to earn it or fit in any type of way. This is something that just is because of who you are. It's destined. Okay. Yeah, I love that for you. And that's for you, to my group number 1s. Thank you for stopping by. And let's take a look at the energies that came out, the signs before we close out. Of course, the Emperor is an Aries sign. So you could be dealing with an Aries, or your person could be an Aries, or they could have heavy Aries energy. We also have the the King of Wands, Sagittarius energy, Prince of Wands is Sagittarius, Aries, Leo energy. And so heavy fire energy out here. I also have the Wheel of Fortune, which is Sagittarius energy, Jupiterian energy, and the Nine of Wands. So heavy Sagittarius, heavy fire energy out here. Okay, we also have the Star, which is Aquarian energy. The Ten of Cups is Piscean energy. The Six of Swords is Taurus energy. The Eight of Pentacles is Virgo energy. The Five of Wands is Aries energy. And then we have the Magician with Virgo, Gemini energy. And the Prince of Swords, which is Virgo, Gemini, Aquarius energy. And so you could have any of those energies in your chart, or you could be dealing with those energies. Okay, so that was for my Green Calcite. Thank you for stopping by. We'll see you all next time. Okay, Blood Moon Oracle here. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Letty. Bye. All right, to the next group, we have Unakite. Work, 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 work. So Unakite, let's jump into your reading. You are group number 2. Thank you for stopping by. Blood Moon Oracle here. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led. We're going to jump in and see the overall arching energy for your group when it comes to love. The love boat. The sun comes out for you. I'm feeling lots of fulfillment with love for you. Now, when we look at Unakite, we're looking at just the energy of love, okay, and gratitude for that love. Yeah, I see that with the sun. And also peace around love, too. This Unakite stone, as I was saying, is very gentle. It has a very pacifying effect, and it may be very magnetizing as well. And may have a little bit of a dazing effect. So you may be, for some of you, you may be feeling just a little bit inundated right now with love. And that's okay too. There's something very beautiful about this energy that's coming out with Unakite here. Now, when we look at the energy of the sun overall, we're definitely looking at something that's very successful, that's very out in the open. It's being celebrated. It's very celebratory, and something that's producing more of it, more of what it is. It has some type of reproductive effect. Like this could even be you increasing the span of this love through generational, expansion. Like you're in the relationship that you have is so beautiful. You're even sharing that or expanding it with your children and your grandchildren, right? I can't help but see the little sunflowers that have little babies on them. And so, yeah, it has a very beautiful multiplying effect with this sun. This is a time of happiness. This may be something that you're experiencing right now when it comes to love. So it's not just romantic. It could be, but it could be also an extension of the romantic connection that you have manifested and cultivated for yourself. This feels a little bit like it is mature, right? It feels mature to me. And it feels like something that is not only something you're enjoying, but it's something that everybody is enjoying. You're sharing this. It's growing. It's protected in many ways from outside influences as well. Almost like you've created or cultivated this very beautiful place where love is safe, where it grows. And, it is just really something to be proud of. It's a safe place. Another fire element. And so this is Leo energy. It feels very warm, very compassionate, and is strong. When I think of Leo, and successful, very proud, right? And so the love that you're experiencing, if you are in a relationship, this is you being able to look forward to even more good times as you move forward of success with what you have invested in love when it comes to love, and more of that coming back to you. This is even you being able to delve into some youthful adventures, some youthful endeavors that you're going to be able to enjoy here for whoever you are with your significant other or in your relationship. I don't know if someone has experienced, either you or someone you're connected to has had a spell of sickness, or they've been just kind of like under the weather for maybe an extended amount of time. This talks about coming out of that, and coming out of that having such a greater appreciation for life, to where you're not going to take anything for granted. You are going to live every minute of the day to its greatest potential, right? That may be for a few of you. It could be you, it could be your significant other recovering. But it's bringing you into this time where you are going to be so appreciative of what you have. You're not going to take it for granted. Nobody's going to take it for granted. But this is just an overwhelming sense of appreciation. And it feels very familial, right? And so if you are already established, this is you seeing brighter days and experiencing more of what you have, cultivating that even more, even deeper. If you are not currently in your connection yet, this is really allowing you the courage and the opportunity to be open to start something like this. If someone's coming towards you right now, it could be a Leo, right? They may be offering something that's going to turn out to be very beautiful, okay? And something that you'll end up having long-term success, growing a family. Maybe they already have kids and they will adopt into your life. There's something very fruitful about this. And this is going to be something that's going to be successful socially as well. Like, many people will look at what you have and smile on it because it's very beautiful. Let's see what comes out for my group number 2s, Unakite. Now, this is talking about a bit of personal growth. So whoever this is, whatever time you're moving forward into, it definitely is a time of growth, whether that's you realizing and coming out of a time of difficulty when it comes to health, where you realize what you had the whole time and how much you actually have right now. There's like a growth moment of realizing that and maturing because of what you've experienced. If you're stepping into this energy, this is a level up that's going to cause you a bit of personal growth here. This does include some emotional maturity, possibly releasing some emotional pain that you've experienced in the past. And that can come through in any kind of way. Doesn't have to be as a result of relationships. It could even be from upbringing. There's some maturing that's happening here. So the Fool comes out. So this is something new. The Fool is talking about a new adventure, a new experience. So for the majority of you, you could be stepping into or having some new connection or experience that you haven't experienced before. I don't know if you're currently in an experience that you need to make a choice about. The Two of Wands is all about choosing which way you're going to go. The Fool talks about going the opposite way that you've been going. It's doing a 180, choosing to have a new experience. So some of you may be making a choice on whether to stay what you're in or choose something new. Yep, and it's, for some of you, this could be the reason, like, why you've had some type of health issue. Because the Five of Pentacles is like thinking of your health, maybe a downturn in health. It is possible that there has been connections that have like drained you of your vitality, or drained your pockets. There's something about just looking up and realizing, like, dang, what's going on, right? When did I get here? And so for some of you, you're viewing love right now in a very misfortunate way. It's almost like you feel like you've lost something, or someone may have left you out in the cold in some type of way. You feel like you've been like mishandled, is what the Five of Pentacles feels like for me. This could be as a result of health issues. Yeah. This person could have been a Gemini. Yeah. With the King of Swords. That's a Gemini energy. This person could have been a Gemini. That could be someone from your past. There's something about a Gemini, the King of Swords. But there's some new information that's coming in to bring clarity in the future. This is going to give you new ways to think about love, new ideas or new realizations of what is possible when it comes to love. Why is the King of Swords in the past? What does that have to do with love for my viewer? Queen of Cups. This person taught you some very valuable lessons. Number one, the importance of loving yourself or putting yourself first. Why is the King of Swords in the past? Is this someone? The sun comes out here, which is talking about the overall energy. Is this somebody that is coming back around or having a new start or a new experience? Is this someone coming back from the past from some of you or for some of you? I feel like this person gave you a lot of insight. You have a lot of good memories with this person. This person actually represents someone that contributed positively to your situation. Okay. Yeah. But it's in the past. Maybe this is someone who you are currently walking away from. Okay. Walking away from. There was something, you see this situation currently where there is like some type of loss that you've suffered. Whether it's because of this person or not, I don't know. That's just how you're viewing things right now with the Five of Pentacles. But as you move into the future, there's some new clarification, some new information, some new truth that you're going to realize. And what is this new truth in the future? What is the Ace of Swords here for my group number twos? Some truth about you and what you desire, what you're worthy of and what you want. There could be a clarification. Maybe up until this point, you didn't even realize what you wanted. And the experiences that you've had has brought you to this point where now you're able to clarify that. And the Wheel of Fortune. And how fortunate you have been, like to have the experiences that you've had. I feel like there has been some searching of what you desire when it comes to love. And your experiences has given you an element of clarity around that, it feels like. And so moving forward in the future, that's going to be clarified and you're going to be able to really elaborate and dictate like what that is, what it is that you desire, what that looks like when it comes to love. Right now, I feel like you're in rest mode for whoever you are. You may not be really, for some of you, I don't feel like you're entertaining anyone right now. You're in rest mode, which is really serving you because there's something about you needing to preserve your energy and not give it out. Some of you may be needing to connect with nature, to really connect back with yourselves and to replenish what you've given. The fact that you see yourself in a loss, have taken some loss. This could be dealing with, resources. This could be dealing with your mental, your emotional, even a physical state. The Four of Swords is going to allow you to replenish. So you are in the perfect energy as you move forward here. And I feel like there has been something that blew up. Maybe it didn't go the way that you wanted it to go. However, it went exactly the way that it was supposed to. The Tower is, a lot of people cringe up when they see the Tower. Yours is coming out in your supportive position, which means that this is not a bad thing. This is something that needed to happen, right? When we talk about love and relationships, sometimes, we find ourselves in positions and sometimes we don't know any better. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we think we know what we want when we really don't want that, right? One of the things that Spirit has been talking to me about lately when it comes to love and our desire for it, we're not looking for that person. Sometimes we attach the word love to a person, to a name, to a face, when we're not looking for a person. We're looking for a feeling. We're looking for a certain energy to connect with our energy. And if you take that energy and if you attach it to someone completely different than the person that you have in your mind, it's going to give you the same feeling that you desire. It's going to give you the same fulfillment that you are requesting, right? So it's not really a person, Spirit has been showing me, but there's an energy that you desire to feel. There's a feeling that you want to experience when it comes to love, right? Many times that's aligned with what you have to give. And so sometimes the tower comes in because we don't understand that we're not looking for a person. It's not that person that has what you need. Sometimes you feel like you can't live without them. And so Spirit has to come in and do like an intervention and break that stuff up because there's no good there, right? It's definitely not going to lead us to where we want to be. This is not your sun energy, right? Sometimes it's the F boy, right? Sometimes it's the Mac of the year, it's something completely different than what you are seeing for your future. But because there is that feeling that this person is giving, we confuse that with long-term fulfillment or long-term desires, right? It's something totally different. So Spirit's been talking to me a lot about mistaking the energy that we want to feel for the face that we've attached that energy to. Is two different things, right? It's a experience that we are requesting, not a particular person. And really we can get that not just from any one person, it's from someone who's willing to align with that. And that basically could be anybody that's willing to align with it. Just like someone who can pretend to be aligning with it, right? For whatever reason, right? We pretend to be in love for many different reasons, and none of them can have anything to do with love, right? But there's something about Spirit coming in to support and to intervene to break that mess up, right? So that you can receive what it is that you want. And so there could have been something that came in that kind of caused a little bit of chaos to break some stuff apart because it wasn't really built on the right foundation. I get the sense like what you're looking for when we look at the sun is going to be something a little bit deeper than a very shallow type of, oh, they make me feel good type of energy. This is something that's not going to cause you to go bankrupt emotionally. This is something that's going to deposit right into you spiritually and nurture you with the sun, not take from you. Okay. So, and I don't know you. I don't know your story. I'm just reading energy. Okay. So whatever that was in the past that you're moving away from, this is something that, or you have moved away from, this is something that is a lot more fulfilling and long lasting. Let's see, where are you right now? What energy are you in when it comes to love? I know you're resting. Your rest is being supported by Spirit right now. But when we look at your energy, you're having a difficult time with the Five of Cups, moving away. Yeah. Though you're doing it with the Fool here, it's difficult and you're acknowledging the difficulty. Let's see. Somebody may be in mourning right now. But encouragement is coming in if you are attuned to it. I feel like the Page of Swords is messages coming in for you around your situation. I do feel like it is encouraging you to keep moving forward. Your environment possibly has synchronicities to let you know that you are in the right direction, moving forward towards this, whatever you're doing right now. We have the King of Cups here. So I feel like for whoever you are, though you had a King of Swords in the past who was very, it feels like provided a lot of strategy for you on, there's something that was learned here with the King of Swords. Your desire is someone a little bit less strategic and more connected with their heart, with the King of Cups coming out here. Could this be the same person? It could be. I don't think so, but it could be, because the sun came out with the King of Swords, which is kind of like the overall energy of what's coming towards you, of your, your overall love energy is the sun. But your desire is really someone who is more balanced in emotionally, someone who actually demonstrates this Unakite energy, which is love and peace and gratitude. This is someone who is very suited in the energy of love and how they display that. This is someone who has a lot of maturity and stability emotionally, someone who is very settled within themselves, and they're very open and transparent and maybe even vulnerable, but the King of Cups carries it well and has mastered it. So though we say vulnerable, that don't mean that they're susceptible, right? That means that they've learned the balance of protection versus openness, right? Someone who has mastered the art of love and has crafted and cultivated it. How will this turn out for my viewer for the Unakite? Dang it, I keep dropping cards. Let's see what the ending energy is going to be for you. For my viewer, how does the love theme turn out for them here? I get the sense like there's some work to do. I keep dropping cards. I don't know if you've just been experiencing different connections and it's not what you're looking for. And so you're getting a bit more clear on what you don't want. Maybe you're still coming into the know of exactly what that is that you're looking for. Because it feels that with the sun, this is like a very high level energy when it comes to love. This is long-term commitment. This is not short, immediate satisfaction. The Seven of Swords comes out in the outcome. And I feel like this is all about you being able to, look what's on the bottom, the sun. Again, Seven of Swords, you really being able to discern. I feel like you ended up in a place where you can discern good from bad, deceptive from, someone who means you well. The Seven of Swords can sometimes point to very deceptive energies that are just looking to get what they can get, right? And so there's something about you right now just wanting to really be able to discern when it comes to love. Maybe that's the lesson for you right now with the Unakite, is really being grateful for your experiences, but also walking away when it comes to the experiences with love, more wise and more discerning as well. Okay. All right, we are back. I had to take a quick break here. Let's go ahead and do our oracle messages from the love deck. The love deck. Let's see what special messages Spirit has for us for our Unakite crystal. It says, when you pass from this world, you don't get to take anything with you but your soul. Listen, the gold has to stay. The cars, the houses, the clothes, the shoes, all that has to stay. The only thing we get to take is our soul, and also the memories that we've shared with those that we love. That's something that Spirit would have someone to think about here. That gives you a different way to look at it, right? Let's see here. We don't get to take anything with us. We came in this world alone, and actually we're going to go out alone, but we will get to take the memories that we have, built for ourselves during this lifetime. And so it's almost like that's what's important. The memories that you create is what is important at this moment. And it says, deep in your heart, you already know the answer. You already know, right? Do what feels right. Do what feel. There's something about doing a kind of check to see how that feels in your heart. Does it feel right? Because you'll know as many times as that little segment that I did about spirit intervening for someone, you already know in your heart that something does not feel right. Spirit is saying you already knew the answer. And so there's something about you needing to trust yourself here, needing to trust yourself. Sometimes when we do have certain experiences, this is all about growth. When I look at that sun, there's a lot of personal growth that's coming in here. Part of that personal growth comes from the experiences that we've had, not all good. This is all about those experiences that have created certain blocks when it comes to our heart, right? And that can show up as pain that prevents us from moving forward for whatever reason, whatever story we're telling ourselves, right? It prevents us from moving forward. But this is all about you acknowledging what you already know doesn't sit right in your heart. Can we call it love? If every time we turn around, we're crying or there's some type of betrayal that happens, can we call it love? If there isn't even a clear line of communication, right? Can we call that love? And so there's something here about already knowing the answer. How does it feel in your heart? Learning to trust what we're feeling and not argue with that, but just going with that. And if it doesn't, then obviously, it's something about that says this is not the right one. This is not the right connection. This is not, something that I want to continue to give to. Spirit is saying deep in your heart, you already know the answer. So if you're questioning something, maybe just ask that question. How does this feel in my heart? And that will tell you what the answer is. If whatever it is or whoever it is makes your heart hurt, then there's your answer. Okay. Let's see what else comes out. Soulmate. Your soulmate is already within you, is already with you in spirit. And so believe this and they'll manifest physically. There's something about a soulmate here that is already connected to you in spirit. You just have to be open to it. Again, there's the energy of creating space for that, which means that there could be a need to release something so that that can come in. There may be a need to heal something. There may be blocks that's preventing you from growing in the way that's going to help you to release any emotional pain that's preventing you from moving forward so that this soulmate can come in. So Unakite is all about this very powerful, energetic vibration that helps the heart check it up. So if you are someone that's into crystals, go pick you up a Unakite. Okay, that wouldn't hurt. That wouldn't hurt. Pick you up a Unakite and meditate with the Unakite and meditate for gratitude and love and peace and really this energy of acceptance. Right? There's something here that's widely known, but for some reason it's hard to accept it for some reason with the 5 of Cups. You're having a difficult time accepting it, which is okay. It's part of the process of learning, right? But there is something that spirit has for you that's beautiful. I don't feel like it's something that's going to put you in the 5 of Pentacles energy. This is something that is going to build you up and pour into you. And if you are in the 5 of Pentacles, this is something that will be, cultivating to help you to heal, to help you to grow so that you won't find yourself in that energy. Not that you'll be dependent upon anyone else to come and fulfill you or heal you, but it's going to be supportive, right? I get to feel like there's something about this energy that contributed to it, right? It's not even going to put you in that space, that head space, okay? And then only time will tell. So there's something here too about not rushing. Even when you have new energies coming towards you, time is on your side. There's no need to rush because what's meant for you is most definitely for you. Okay. Time can only further reveal whether or not it's for you or not. And so don't find yourself rushing into things. I feel like spirit wants you to know to take your time. Imagine yourself just kind of like slowly moving through mud. Maybe you're waist high in mud. You can't run through it. You can't even run through water, let alone mud. But imagine yourself in mud and you're just kind of like, okay, or quicksand, right? Quicksand. We saw those movies, but it's a slow slow motion, right? When it comes to love, because the slower that you go, right? And then the best relationships start off slow. Many of them, the best ones start off as, just very non-committal friend type of relationships where you just kind of get to know each other, and it just automatically, before you know it, before you even realize it, it turns into something else, because that's like the last thing on your mind. You're not trying to make anything happen. Things are happening very naturally. And so I feel like Spirit is saying time will tell, even as you move forward and invite others in, right? Time will tell. Don't rush into anything. Only fools rush in. Okay. That's for Unakite. I do feel like you have a soulmate that's coming towards you, that's in your future. You do have some healing that is available to you with the Unakite. This is all about you being able to be grateful for your experiences and have peace with where you are right now. I feel like many of you, the supportive energy right now is that you would just be really content in yourself at this moment. That's where the greatest amount of peace is, and love. If you're not in a relationship, that's the perfect place to be. If you are, you taking a little time, to regroup is okay too, right? Not over giving, even in the relationships that are good, right? And so there's something very beautiful about healing here with the Unakite, and making sure that you're in whatever circumstance you're in when it comes to love, maybe making sure you're embracing gratitude, okay? Gratitude and all of the beauty that you're able to experience in life. And that's whatever situation. You could be in a long-term relationship, right? But accepting the gratitude and the beauty of where you are. You could have not been in a relationship for 10 years and you're still looking, accepting and embracing the gratitude of where you are right now. Okay. You could have just stepped out of a relationship, moving into something different, moving away, trying to make a decision whether to stay or to go. Embracing the gratitude of even having that choice, right? Whatever it is right now, find reasons to be grateful, because it's right where you need to be. And there's lessons being learned in that. Okay. And that's love. All right. That's for you, my Unakite viewers. If you chose the Unakite, the sun is your overall energy, which promises very beautiful, long lasting energy when it comes to love. Whether you're in it, it's just going to get better and sweeter, right? The more you work on your heart and yourself and releasing old energies, the better your connections will be. If you're entering in, or maybe this is approaching you, this promises something very beautiful. But there's something about clearing out the energies, the negative energies that are currently holding place, so that you can have room to invite new energy in. That's going to be more aligned with what you're looking for. Okay. So that's for you. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led. Let me take a look and see what the energies were for your reading. Of course, we have the sun on the bottom, which is Leo energy. We also had on the bottom Libra. And so Libra, taking a look at what we don't see. So something beautiful coming in the horizon, better times, especially if there are situations where you ended up in where you weren't treated necessarily the best. This is the card that says that will be handled. You don't have to get dirty with anybody that mistreated you, right? Everyone will be paid their just due, right? Things will be balanced out, especially if you were on the bottom side of this here. Justice is coming in. The Six of Cups, something from the past did come out that was very beautiful. You may find yourself reminiscing a lot right now. That may have a lot to do with the energy that you're in. But these energies, we have the Leo that came out here. And then we have the Four of Swords, which is Aries energy. The Tower, I believe the Tower is, I'll have to look that up. The Ace of Swords is, this isn't Aries energy, I'm sorry. This is Libra energy, the Ace of Swords. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. Aries energy with the Two of Wands. The Fool is Uranus energy. The Five of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. The Seven of Swords is Aquarius energy. The King of Cups is Cancer, Pisces energy. The King of Swords is Gemini, Aquarius, Libra energy. The Prince of Swords, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra energy. And the Five of Cups is Cancer energy. Okay. And then the Tower. Trying to remember what the Tower was. Let me look that up really quickly because it feels relevant. So the tower was actually associated with Mars and has kind of themes of Aries. Is strongly linked to Mars, which can relate to like this very strong, sometimes Capricorn energies or Saturn energy. Okay. So those are the energies that came out for you. Thank you for stopping by. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led. We'll see you next time. Bye. All right, to my group number 3s, welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Today's love reading, we're taking a look at the scope of love through the Hematite crystal, which brings in beautiful energies around balance, grounding, and protection when it comes to love. Okay, so let's take a look. And I like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led. And let's see the energy, the overall energy for the Hematite. What is the overall energy when it comes to love? The love child. All right, and we have the star coming out here. The star. Let me turn it around. Beautiful. Reciprocation, equal pouring into the same well, right? The star is a very beautiful card when it comes to love. And it talks about inspired energy. So when we look at the Hematite, balance, grounding, protection, it's inspired love. And this is talking about a sense of being guided by the divine and inspired in that way. It is related to the sign of Aquarius overall, who is the water carrier. This is lots of water energies came out, which makes sense because this is the energy of love and emotionalism. But as you see in this card, we saw 2 pitchers pouring into the same well or the same pool, really symbolizing this fertilization or replenishing of earth. And this well being poured into symbolizes wisdom and hope of something growing, right? And then we see the star at the top of this picture. It has 8 different points coming out of it. It's almost like this promise coming from heaven, also symbolizing purity and renewal. And so if you are in fact in a divine connection, I'm going to say, because this is really a time of happiness and growth when you talk about your relationships. As we see both of these pictures pouring in, this is like both people committed to a connection in the same way, just pouring, continuously feeding that connection and pouring into it and nurturing it, caring for one another too, in a very unselfish way. The fact that there's the pouring means that there's this unselfish ability to give to what lies between you. And so it's a very enjoyable time that's peaceful. And something about this feels special. When we look at the star is possibly something that someone has prayed for, like a wish come true or a dream come true or a prayer answered. This could be if you're waiting on your connection to come through or you're not currently in a connection. This could be spirit saying this is all about what you've asked for. Okay. It's going to be what you asked for and some more. And to continue to believe and trust that this is coming to pass for you, that it's possible. Believe in your heart. You could be being inspired by looking at someone else exemplify what pure love is, letting you know that it is also possible for you, keeping your heart open for a new relationship or fulfilling some type of creative endeavor around love for you. And so for some of you, this could represent pointing to something else that keeps you believing like, wow, they did it. I can have that too, right? I'm worthy of that too. So let's take a look. I'm going to pull out my tarot and see what the situation around love for you is right now for love. Ooh, High Priestess peeks out here. So something that you already may know. For someone maybe watching, you are already tapped into what's happening here in this reading. You're predicting what the reading is going to say, right? Hematite. This is all about balance, grounding, and protection. There's something changing when it comes to love. It could be you changing how you view love. It could be your relationship changing. It could be how you interact when it comes to love. There's something changing right now with the Death card? Ooh, new love coming in. What's changing? Ooh, how you are interacting when it comes to love. I feel like you're not as gullible as you once were, or there's a situation that you have become more skillful with when dealing with the situation. With the Seven of Wands, this could talk about being in a situation that was deceptive, or with someone that was deceptive, in a situation that you didn't quite see the fullness of a situation, that had some hidden things about it. And I feel like you're operating more strategically when it comes to love. Maybe there's been several situations that you've had experience with in the Seven of Swords. Well, you're operating in a different way now because of these experiences. What are you thinking in terms of love right now? What are your thoughts about love right now? What are your thoughts about love right now? What are your thoughts about love right now? For some reason, you feel possibly limited. Maybe you're looking at things from a limited position. The Eight of Swords could possibly be the result from dealing with people like this and the very deceptive energy, maybe coming in, pretending to be in the energy of love, but just in order to position themselves to be able to get something. So now, because of that, you may find yourself in a very limited perspective when it comes to love, but yet the star comes to really let you know what's true, because this is not true. This is deception. This is tomfoolery. Okay. Which can sometimes land us in this energy of feeling like, you know what, I'm just going to sit right here in my room. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going on no dates. I'm not fooling with nobody. All this tomfoolery going on. I cannot have another situation. Now, see, the star comes though to remind you, yeah, but it is possible. These types of relationships do exist. That's why I kind of got the feel at the end of this, like someone that's being shown to you by spirit is reminding you that it is possible. There's someone here, okay, that says, yeah, these type of elements are out there, but that's not necessarily the norm. Even if you've had multiple situations like this, that's still not what is actually headed towards you. This is not the only possible scenario that you are pulling in. And so for some reason, there's some limited belief that you have right now. How you're seeing love is very restricted. Your heart may be being pierced by all of these different very weird experiences that you've had, which is why Hematite is all about learning how to protect yourself. It's about grounding, making sure that you don't end up out in left field somewhere, but grounding in the reality of what things are, not what they look like, not what people throw up before you, the illusions, but actually grounding in the truth of what things are, and really being balanced. And so I do feel like for someone, you could be coming out, being that the death comes out, you could be kind of transitioning out of something that was very deceptive right now. And you may not be seeing love in the greatest way right now. That's okay. It's part of the process of learning. It's part of the process of you healing and, navigating towards your own heart as your first love, right? Okay. So there's something interesting happening, maybe some very important lessons that you'll need when you finally reach that level of bringing in the love that you desire. What happened? Let's see what happened to land you in this energy. What happened? Queen of Pentacles. So something to do, was it somebody, another woman, or a woman, Queen of Pentacles? Why is the Queen of Pentacles coming up here in this position? Why is the Queen of Pentacles showing up in this position? I almost feel like there's something that you realize after the fact that's so clear now that you look back. But let's see. Yeah, possibly a relationship where you found out that you weren't the only one. And this possibly could be someone that was chosen over you, maybe. This could be a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, maybe an older woman, very mature. Or this could be the person who juggled you. That could go both ways. Nevertheless, I feel like right now, and as you move to the future, there's going to be a very specific time where you are going to really develop your sense of independence. And I think this is going to put you in a beautiful space because you're going to step into this place where you're going to be good, whether you have someone there or not. You know, you're going to know how to entertain and to fulfill yourself with the 9 of Pentacles. You're going to know how to fulfill yourself. Also, with the 9 of Pentacles, as you see the black cat here, very protected. So you're going to end up in a space where you are very protected. That could be you learning and understanding how to protect yourself in relationships. And it could be the fact that you don't have to ask anyone for anything. And it could have been, you know, the fact that you're going to start to really focus more on yourself now that you're in a position to do that, which is just going to make you stronger than ever. So this is pretty awesome. I love this energy for you. This 9 of Pentacles, you're going to be all right. Okay. That's what that tells me in the future. Whether you have someone or not, you're going to be all right. You're actually going to be in a position of having people come to you. Right? People will be coming to you to find you. You won't be looking for anybody. I see you in a place where you're going to be very self-sufficient, very self-fulfilled, just really comfortable in your space. Matter of fact, you may be in a place coming up here in the future where people will have to fight to be a part of your life. I feel like that's how comfortable you're going to get with your, having your space and being situated in your own situation. And so very protected energy as well. I feel like whatever experiences you've had are actually going to turn out to be for the better. It's good that you have had these experiences. And I know they didn't feel good. And it almost feels a little bit maniacal to say, well, your heart being hurt was good for you. I'm not trying to say that. But what I'm saying is there's some very valuable lessons that are being taught with these experiences. And it's pushing you more towards yourself, whatever it was, if it was concerning betrayal and, dealing with players and just whatever it could be to the extent, but it taught you some very valuable lessons and led you back to yourself, which is good. Okay. All roads should lead back to ourselves, and that's for everybody. And I feel like this is leading you to a place of rekindling maybe what should have been some of the first experiences or lessons in love. It should have been with self instead of looking for others to fulfill what we can actually fulfill within ourselves. And then when that other person does come along, they end up being just really like the cherry on the top of what we've already built for ourselves. And so you end up with 2 totally whole, complete people that come together, and they're more like a complement to each other instead of a necessity. That's the type of relationship that I'm seeing here. And so you end up with 2 people that are in fact able to pour unselfishly into the same well, right? Because they both are full. They keep their own cups full. So that's beautiful. And Spirit is saying that this is something that you will experience here when it comes to love. Yep. One second. When it comes to love, and we have the 2 of Cups coming out along with the 5 of Pentacles. The 2 of Cups with the 5 of Pentacles. And so and again, I'm getting that energy again, the fact of having this experience, the misfortunate experiences are supporting you. It's almost like a push out of this very comfortable energy. being pushed out of the nest or out of some very comfortable energy. Maybe that you've even grown very comfortable with, but you were made for more than this. Yeah. And there's something very beautiful that you will end up being very thankful for. And you'll never look back. The experience will remain a part of you as a reference, right? But you'll never look back and never go back, right? Because of the fulfillment of what's to come. This new experience that's going to be just head over heels fulfilling. And I think it has a lot to do with you being able to tap into your own will and provide what you've been looking for outside of yourself. There's nothing more beautiful than that. It's like my day being beautiful has nothing to do with whether or not someone else woke up on the right side of the bed. Like I get to determine what type of day I'm going to have. And it doesn't depend on anybody else. It's up to me and me alone. You know, if I want to be frolicky today and just be like goofy over the head, you know, I can do that. And if I want to be kind of solemn and kind of, you know, deal with my grief today and just kind of wallow in my stuff, I can do that. You know, I can enter into that energy of healing my wounds around love. You know, there's something about that coming out, and it's a new experience that you're going to love. This is what you've been looking for. Complete autonomy when it comes to love. This Ace of Cups is like an experience that's going to be just overwhelming, and it's going to be overflowing with fulfillment and satisfaction. I feel like this has a lot to do with you being able to choose your experience every day, looking forward to getting out of bed every day because you get to determine what the day is going to be like. That has a lot to do with you realizing that you have that power and being protective of that too, because the Hematite is all about you harmonizing your mind, your body, and your soul, being in this very grounded energy, being able to dissolve any negativity that blocks out positivity from being experienced, right? It's like you have the ability to manage what you allow in or the energy that you want to vibe in at any moment of the day. And I think along with this too comes the healing that's available from the Five of Pentacles. This could be healing that you'll experience coming back. If you have experienced some financial loss, it could be that, but it could more so be like the healing of your mind, the healing of your body, the healing of your soul, right? Coming from support, coming out of, you know, very low places that look like it has a deficit. When it comes to that kind of balance, right? You're being supported to be raised up out of that energy. And what energy are you currently in when it comes to love right now? What does that look like? We know what you're thinking. We know where you're coming from. We know where you're headed to. This very independent energy, very supported. But what energy are you in right now at this moment when it comes to love? King of Swords. So you probably pick apart every little detail of the situation when it comes to love. You need to know everything. You are like a detective at a crime scene, right? You may be still looking into what has happened in the past, still pulling out details and information, right? Very skeptical, I would say. Maybe even, you know, trying to be strategic in your interactions if you have them right now. If you're in a relationship or in some type of connection, it's almost like you want to be ahead of the game so you don't get hurt. I understand that. Yes, I do. All right, let's go ahead and finish this up here. I'm not even sure if you're in a good place right now. That's good for your heart. The Three of Swords comes out. So where you are right now may be very damaging. I don't feel like you want to be where you are right now. You may want out, or you may not realize that you want out. Where you are right now may be very disappointing. It may be very disappointing, and it may be wounding for some of you. Now, on the flip side of that, this could also mean that you're in a place that you are kind of caring for those wounds. They're very open and exposed, and you're in a place in, I don't know why I'm thinking of a shelter. Someone may be in a shelter right now. That's the spirit is showing me, where you're being protected. And if that is true, I'm sorry, but take care of yourself, protect yourself, understand the value of being away from the danger, right? Because there's something just so toxic, potently toxic, of being in a love connection that is dangerous for us. There's so many different emotions that are misconstrued. The Seven of Swords and this death, right? There's major change that is happening. And as hard as it is to be where you are right now, wherever that is, if it's a safe space away from the element of danger, see your way through it. As hard as I can remember being in a similar situation like that, where I felt like I needed to move, and I actually had to move out of town in order to break the psychological connection that I had. And it was difficult. It was difficult. There were days that I woke up where I felt like, what have I done? Like, I never, ever imagined this. I didn't ask for this, but I was safe. My kids were safe. There was no element of them possibly being taken, right? And then there's moments where I wake up and I'm like, I'm so glad I finally realized what I needed to do. And so every day is going to be different. Every day is not going to be Sunday, and you're not going to feel proud of yourself every day. Breaking away, if this is you, breaking away from these types of toxic connections can do a number on the mind. So if you are in a safe place, weather the storm, especially on the days where you wake up and you're like, why am I even here? I should just go back. At least, at least I wasn't in a place where all these strange people are. But remember why you're in that place. It's because you chose your safety and your future over this very toxic environment. And if you haven't made that decision yet, it's coming. Go with it, right? When spirit allows that opening for you to move away, move. Okay. I feel like for someone, the environment is either still very toxic, or you're in a place where you're healing and you're safe to be open and heal those wounds. Either or, my heart goes out to you. It does. And do what you need to do, because I tell you, it's going to be much better in the future if you can hold on. There's something that's going to be very beautiful about what's coming in for you with this Nine of Pentacles and this Ace of Cups, right? This is going to be the love that you deserve, the love that you desire. Spirit is saying that, yes, it is possible. I don't care if you grew up with all toxic relationships and you've never seen one. Spirit is going to show you one, that it is possible. Spirit is going to show you that this is possible for you, regardless of what you've experienced or what you've seen or haven't seen. It's going to be worth it. So do what you have to do to get yourself into a place where you can be independent, where you can protect yourself, where you can heal and grow and balance yourself out and get grounded. Okay. And if you're able, go pick you up one of these hematite crystals, may be helpful. Absolutely. Get counseling if you need it. If you have been in an abusive relationship, listen, I'm not a counselor. I'm not any type of, licensed therapist. I'm just speaking on energy. It's very informal. And so by all means, go get help if you need it. Go see somebody that knows how to navigate and help you through these difficult situations. If that's you and you find yourself in an abusive situation, there's nothing shameful about that. Happens to the best of us. And it says nothing about your worth. You are still worthy to be loved and to be poured into, right? And to be spoiled and to be lifted up. You're worthy of all that and more. That's what the star is about. You understanding that you are worthy to be poured into, no matter what it looks like right now. That's not how it's going to look in the future. And for some of you, you may decide not to even reacquaint with a relationship. The Nine of Pentacles says that you're going to be very self-sufficient and fulfilled within yourself. That's okay too. For some of you, you will end up in relationships with new love, and it's going to be different. And so whoever needed that, my heart goes out to you, and I am sending healing energy. You are so worthy. Believe that. Know that. Okay. One of the things that you may end up having to really overcome is the fear of being overwhelmed, or the fear of there may be something to work through in terms of whatever has happened in the past. It could be around being juggled or cheated on or two-time, like something like that is coming out in the fear as you move forward in love. Again, like I said, if you need to go and get help, get assistance, go talk to somebody who is licensed and know how to help you work through those emotional blocks. Do it. You will thank yourself. That is definitely a part of the healing. Okay. And that's for you, not them. Because guess what? The outcome for you, baby, is the 10 of Cups. And that's everything that you have asked for with love, and a community that loves you, a family that loves you. This could be you having a family with someone who loves you and cares for you and covers the family. And so it ends very well with the 10 of Cups. You couldn't ask for a better connection when it comes to love. That's what you want. Okay. So let's go ahead and get some oracle messages. Someone who will protect you. We want somebody to protect us, right? And not just somebody, we want somebody to protect us, and also somebody that we don't need protection from, right? That's my thing. You know, it's like, yeah, you'll protect me, but am I going to need protection from you? You know? Let's see what else. So Spirit is saying, look deep within your heart. Okay, no matter how hard that is right now, understand that you are worthy. Look deep within your heart and feel my love, the divine says. Feel my love. And understand that my love for you is as deep as the ocean. Okay, as deep as the ocean. Also, when it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life or love. In other words, Spirit is saying, when take them both and keep it moving if it calls for that. Okay. Yeah. So lots of lessons, energy coming out in the oracle. I'm gonna get a couple of more before we close out here. Thank you for stopping by. If you're enjoying this message, make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe. All right. It says, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do. For it's only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. Okay. So don't allow yourself to be guilted into making any decisions. Follow your heart. All of these messages has been about the heart and really understanding and tapping in, connecting with our heart. That will rarely lead us astray, right? Because the heart is true. You know, it does take some balance with our mind, but you know, that's what this hematite is all about. It's all about balance and grounding, not being too heady or directed mentally, and not being all heart to where we're just in this very gullible position. But this is being balanced, you know, being able to understand the leading of the heart that's guided by the mind when it comes to needing that element of common sense. Because sometimes when we're heart-led completely, it throws out all common sense. But we don't want to be there. We want to operate in common sense, but do it compassionately. There's a balance there that Spirit is talking about. So it's not just what we think, but it's also being true to ourselves, right? From the heart space. And in doing that, we can be true to others. We can tell others, you know what? I don't think that this is feeling right for me. And it's not. And so I'm going to go ahead and do a hard pass on this. But thank you, though. You know, being able to tell people that when it doesn't align with what we are looking for or how we want to feel in a situation. It's not just about how others feel or making them feel. This star is about two people pouring into the same well equally. So it's an aligned connection. We both equally care about this working. We both equally pour in and do what it takes to make this work and to make the other person feel wanted and desired and safe and protected. We both are open and exposed and vulnerable and communicating and reaching out, not deceptively, but in a vulnerable way, without masks. Lastly, we have new beginning. Spirit says a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dream passionately. And so you have a new opportunity for whoever you are. This change coming in with the death is all about you having a chance at this thing that you call love, that you have in your heart brewing. What is your idea of love? You know, and it may necessitate you spending a little time alone to really connect with yourself and to learn how to kind of balance between the heart and the mind. That's okay, right? While you're healing and while you're learning and kind of thinking back to some of the experiences that you've had and the lessons you learned so that you can kind of implement those into your experiences moving forward. There's something about that coming out. The hematite is all about what's standing out for me, for you, is protection. That's coming through really heavy. Learning how to protect yourself when it comes to love and grounding and balancing in that energy. Okay. And you win when it's all said and done. That's a win for me. The 10 of Cups and the star, something that you've asked for, and the 9 of Pentacles. What do you want? Get clear on that. What does love look like for you? And is it healthy? Is it safe? You know, especially if you're not in a position right now to really step into this, you may need to step out of what you're in and heal before being open to invite anything in, right? Whatever that is, understand that spirit is with you. You are supported, you know, and so understand when it comes to the choices that you make, right? It's either going to be a learning experience or it's going to be something that expands your understanding. Or it could be something that, you know, is going to add on to this experience that you want to have around love. But it's all about you choosing, right? You are in the choosing position here. Understand that. Okay, that there's a level of you being empowered when it comes to love. Spirit wants you to understand that. And there's a necessity. Your responsibility is to operate from your heart, from the deep part in yourself that is true to yourself. Not operating blindly, but to search your heart. Do the work when it comes to love. I feel like Spirit is saying, and understand that you are so very worthy. Yes, you are. You're worthy. But you have to know that, okay? You have to know that. All right. Don't let people guilt you into love and feeling like you have to do something. No, this is all about you, okay? Let's find out what the energies are for this reading. This is about protection. All right, so I have the star, which is Aquarius energy. The Ace of Cups is Cancer energy. The 5 of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. The 10 of Pentacles is Virgo energy. The 7 of Swords is Aquarius energy. The Death is Scorpio energy. The 8 of Swords is Virgo energy. The 10 of Cups is Pisces energy. The Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. The 2 of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. The 3 of Swords is Libra energy, excuse me. And then the King of Swords is Gemini energy. Okay. So those are the love readings. I hope it was kind of like food for thought. You know, I like to go deep in my reading. Sometimes I go too deep, but I like to take it further than just oh, he's been thinking about you. Like there's so much more when we talk about love. Like we have to see there's people that has never experienced love, as hard as that is to believe, because our concept of love is skewed, and we can only experience love in terms of what we believe it to be. If we don't believe that love is real, then how can we experience it? Because we'll treat it as something other than it is, which is totally blocking out that experience, right? And so I like to take it just a little bit deeper, even though those energies do come out in the reading, but hopefully I've given just something a little bit deeper to think about and something that you can appreciate, hopefully. But with that being said, that's what I have in terms of love. Thank you for stopping by. I hope I've said something encouraging that helps. Okay, my name is Letty. And, if you have questions, feel free to leave a comment. You can also email me. My email is down in the description. You can email, but like, share, comment, subscribe if you have not. Hit the bell when you find yourself subscribing. Okay. Thank you for stopping by, and I will see you all next time. Bye. I'm on a self-love journey, sitting in a room all alone, healing from life's journey, creating my heart soul, allowing the divine in me, pouring into my own cup, realizing the highest potential and building myself up. All I see is yellows, oranges, reds, brown, flowing through and through, clearing the energy flow, helping me to feel brand new. It's my song. It's my turn. Time to give back to me after every lesson that I've learned. It's all about love, baby.